right, everybody, come on in. Come on in. Secrets of the human biofield, the science of the human aura. You see it in New Age magazines and videos about the aura. What is the aura? Is it real? You see, the prophets and Jesus with this halo, this aura. What is the aura? Turn this off. We've been doing timeline jumping, and one of my timeline realities, I'm a club owner. And sometimes it bleeds over. So don't want to get sidetracked. That's one of the things when you get on this magical frequency, you kind of all over the place a little bit because you're so flexible, you're so dynamic. Our members are so flexible and dynamic. And right now we're going through the timeline jumping course, and it is absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't gotten your membership in place, it's a great time to do it. So we're going to just jump right in. You can go ahead and shout out your cities right now. And just let me know that you're ready by putting in the chat right now. I'm ready. Make sure you put all your questions, all your comments, all of your, all your interactions, and just put everything in the comments. We need more comments and more questions, okay? All your observations, and we're going to move forward at this time. The human aura, what is that? Well, now we know that the human aura is actually a real thing. It's a biofield. It's an electromagnetic field that surrounds your body. Anytime you have an electrical current, anytime you have a form of pressure, electricity begins to be emitted. And whenever you have electricity, it's always accompanied by the feminine form, which is magnetism. So electromagnetism, they always go together. It's that intertwining serpent of current. Masculine is going to be your electricity. Feminine is your magnetism. So while you have this, electrical current around your body, your whole nervous system is electricity. Well, you also have a magnetic field. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. The human biofield. It is the electromagnetic and subtle energy field generated by your nervous system, by your heart, and your cells. It's not mystical. It's not spiritual. It's not metaphysical. It's measurable. It is science. There's actually cameras that can detect your aura. There's sensitive equipment that can detect your electromagnetic field. Follow me? So this is not anything spooky, anything spiritual. We've always been about science and right knowledge and facts. So your heart is the generator. This is why we no longer call these generators, because technically it's not a generator. Your heart is the true raw power generator. This is your amplifier. So we sit this right above our heart. We're going to get into all of this technology and why we can't keep it in stock and why it works so phenomenally in terms of attracting things into your life. But your heart has the strongest electromagnetic field in the body and extends several feet from the body. The more of a higher vibration, if you will, the more electricity and energy is running through your body, the more powerful your aura, the more charisma, the more ideas, the more you make things happen, okay? In human design, they have people called a manifester, and then you have people called generators. And then you have dynamic individuals who are generating, manifesting generators, okay? This is the most dynamic and the most powerful form, a manifesting generator. So they have the best of both worlds. But these generators, and particularly your heart, which is your generator, it sends pressure waves throughout your body each time it beats. Every heartbeat sends these pressure waves through all of your tissues, through your blood, and into your organs. This causes pressure. This is why they say you have a blood pressure. Okay, that pressure creates something called piezoelectrical energy and piezoelectrical effects. meaning mechanical pressure is converted into electrical charge. Mechanical pressure is converted into electrical charge. A lot of times when you hear people speak of new age crystals and gemstones, they like to scoff, right? They say, you know, that's just a gimmick, that's a scam. But when I explain to them, no, these generators are under piezoelectric pressure because of the resin, nylon resin casing that it's in. It creates this pressure on the stones, pressure on the crystals that are wrapped around each one of these copper coils, pressure on the turquoise. So while you may go and buy tumble stones and carry them in your pocket or wear something around your neck, it's nothing compared to these generators, this technology. You would have to have 1,000, you know, tumble stones of turquoise and hundreds of quartz crystals to create the power when you actually put the pressure on these stones and on these crystals and minerals. So we're going to get into that. Let's get the likes up, everybody. Let's get the likes up. Nobody's breaking it down like this. This is the real deal science, and this is critical. Where there is pressure, there is electricity. And where there is electricity, you have signal. In my last short that I did earlier today, check that short out. And I just gave a lot of visuals with that, you know, how that works in conjunction with your heartbeat, with the pulsating of this piezoelectric energy, how it's broadcasting a signal to the universe. And it's broadcasting a call in terms of your magnetism, and it relates to what is attracted into your life. And where there is signal, there is interaction. So this is where you have the interaction. This is where you have relation and relationship and how you relate to everything around you, even plants. There's certain people, they can't keep plants alive in their house because they're absorbing energy. Okay, they absorb life force energy. Other people radiate or radiate energy, which pushes out life, pushes out healing. Right now, I'm not just giving you information, I'm giving you light. I'm giving you enlightenment, right? And this is giving you clarity. So now you can rest assured and be at peace and be regulated because of the mere fact that you can now sigh in relief and say, you know what? It was true the whole time. He's telling me these things with science that you can verify yourself. So because of this structure, crystals hold a charge. Crystals hold vibration, and they respond to pressure. Just having a quartz crystal is okay, but it's nothing until you put the correct amount of pressure on it. Now it begins to emit a certain frequency, a certain tone and signal. That's why clocks use quartz. In fact, one brand actually took the stone or the mineral known as quartz and labeled it and became a brand. It's called quartz watches because the key to the mechanism is the quartz. You have quartz in all of your radios, all of your electronics, your CBs, and walkie-talkies. All of these things have quartz crystals in it. And when pressure is applied to a crystal, it generates an electrical charge, and this is called the piezoelectric effect. Now, here's the key connection. This is very critical. Your body generates pressure constantly. Heartbeat, breath, movement, and pulse. I can go a lot deeper. As I'm talking, there's like so much information come. This is why they put you in pressure when you go through these certain types of rituals, right? The pressure creates the emotion, creates the pressure, creates the charge. It emits a more powerful signal. Some of y'all are going through something in your life right now. Some of you going through stress and trials and tribulations right now. You're going through a breakup. You're going through health issues, financial issues. All that is putting pressure. You just have to learn how to calibrate the pressure and use it for your rise. This is what we teach at Hidden Power Community. All things are for your rise. In fact, I had the most success and the most leaps and bounds of growth and evolution when I was going through the most trials and tribulations. So now I give thanks and I welcome it. I welcome it into my life because that becomes fuel for my antimatter reactor. It becomes fuel for my antimatter reactor. The spirit said, keep it calm, Nazir. It's getting late, right? People need their nervous system relaxed. So we're going to keep it calm. I'm not going to go too strong tonight. But I want to give you this information. When a crystal is placed near the body, what do you think happens? When you put a crystal that's a stable emitter of electrical frequency, when you put that near the body, when you are in fact just like a crystal emitting this frequency, what happens? What happens when you put it next to your heart, which is the generator of your magnetic field? What happens? Does it give you energy? It organizes and amplifies the energy already present. It organizes it. It stabilizes it. And it brings it into better coherence. This is why going through all of this information, all the tools that I give you, it's all for a reason. Follow instructions and you get the results. The same way if you're baking a cake. Put all the ingredients in, set the temperature, set the timer, and you get a beautiful cake. You don't follow all the instructions, you leave ingredients out, then you have a subpar cake. My mom loves, she used to, we grew up eating carrot cake. She makes the best carrot cake. And a lot of people, I go to get the carrot cake, I'm like, this is not the real deal. First of all, you don't have pineapple in it. I don't really taste the coconut. I really don't see bits and pieces of carrots in this carrot cake. How can you call it carrot cake? It should be slithers and shavings of carrot. They didn't follow instructions. They didn't put the right cream cheese and the ice in. I'm like, this is not the real deal. And you all know, once you get something that's real, once you get the real deal and somebody give you something fake, you spit it out. It's like, I already tasted the real deal. Okay? So when you try this, when you do this and follow instructions, you get fast, quick, clear, coherent results because your aura is coherent. You are calibrated. When you place the crystal near the body, especially by the heart, it doesn't give you energy. It organizes and amplifies the energy already present. This is why I wear my generators, but then sometimes I don't, because of the mere fact I'm already a manifesting generator. I'm already, so in terms of energy, if I wear it, I may not sleep. If I wear it, my heart it becomes a cycle. So I have to calibrate it. Not everybody is the same. Some people need to wear it all day, every day. Do you follow me? We're all different. This is why we have our consultations in place. Don't think it's a cookie cutter for everybody. Certain things may work for you, some things may not. My point, it amplifies energy. Okay, and that's why some of our brothers in the community, they can't take platinum. The libido is already through the roof. Creativity is already through the roof. They already got 9 kids. Nazi, I'm good with the platinum. Ashe, I met a brother the other day. He said, I'm good with the platinum. I said, no, just tone down the dosage, brother. Just tone down because you still need the DNA repair. But getting back to this generator, think of crystals not as sources of power, but signal amplifiers, signal stabilizers, signal regulators. Okay, and why they are worn over the heart. Many of our community members, including myself, you get so many of these, and in fact, these are talismans as well. So sometimes when you take a spiritual hit in terms of an evil eye or a certain level of a caliber of an attack, spiritually, it'll manifest physically as this breaking, right? In the occult, they call it when your talisman takes a hit. Right, just like anything, you have a shield and it gets hit. Sometimes it gets a crack in the shield. So people start wearing them on their person, in their purse, or in their pocket. So that's another way that you can wear it. If you find it just gives you too much energy, you could wear it in your pocket. And that, it also keeps people from gawking over it. These things are extremely attractive. People want to touch it. They want to grab it. What is that? Where'd you get all of that? Sometimes you don't want all that attention, so you wear it in your pocket. But when you wear it over your heart, across cultures, stones are always worn on the chest. They're not worn randomly. If you notice, our pharaohs, our kings back in Kem and Queens, they wore it all on their chest, right? In the Hebraic culture, they have the breastplate where they have the stones right here on the chest. Somebody told me the other day, that's voodoo or that's a cult. Well, if that's the case, then the Levitical priests in the Bible, they were occultists and sorcerers, because they had a breastplate with stones as well. What people don't realize, we are the modern day high priest, and this is the new improved breastplate. You see, this is the new improved 2.0 priesthood. And those who are really on the frequency wear these. So the heart, it generates the strongest field. It sets the entire rhythm for the nervous system, and it coordinates emotional coherence. It coordinates your coherence. For example, the tiger eye. We have an amplifier, a biofield amplifier known as tiger eye. They used to be called raw power generators. No, we're going to a high level of purity. They are biofield amplifiers. That's more precise. The tiger eye traditionally is associated with courage, grounded confidence, and decisive action. Your tiger eye is what you wear when you're going through it in life. When you have people in your life that may be jealous and envious, tiger eye. When you're traveling, you wear tiger eye. And you put it and you have it in this generator form, and it will protect you. It also protects you against what? EMF, right? Electromagnetic fields. This is what all of this electricity around us. You have all of this Wi-Fi, cell phone, just Bluetooth. All of these frequencies are jamming up and causing incoherence in your nervous system, in your bioelectric field. So these help stabilize you just from the toxins of the electromagnetic field that went in. That's all unnatural. Okay. So get that even for that reason. It protects you from electromagnetic fields. Also ELF, which is your extremely low frequencies. And we know low frequencies start to tap into the bandwidth of the brain. This is where mind control is broadcasted. Can't get too much into it, but it's extremely low frequencies that resonate right at the brain level, so they can broadcast frequencies into a population, and that population will become extremely violent. They can do all types of mind control using ELF. Some people, you may think they're off, or people crazy, they have mental illness. Some of them, they're under mind control. Some of them are case studies for ELF programming. Can't talk too much about it, but this is what will protect them. It's layered. It's structurally symbolic of mirrors. So it mirrors your energy. So this is why when you get your generator, we have a whole information of how to clear it and how to charge it. I'm not going to go into that. It'll be a whole nother video. You can program it and charge it the same way you program and charge your own aura through your thoughts and your intentions. Green aventurine is traditionally associated with opportunity, growth, and heart-centered abundance. This is the turquoise and green aventurine here. We also have the moonstone to balance it out with the feminine, which is the ultimate in terms of magnetism. Remember, like I said, the feminine deals with magnetism or drawing things to you. So that's what this is. Often called the stone of chance, not because it creates luck, but because it's associated with openness. Openness, receptiveness, that's also feminine. See, in order to attract, you have to be able to receive. In order to receive, you have to be open, right? And in order to receive, you have to give. So this is why they say in order to receive, it only comes into an open hand. But the open hand also happens when you give. That's the law of reciprocity. Some of you are not getting the blessings and the abundance in your life because you hoard out of fear. You don't let the money flow. Money is not meant to be stacked away. Money is meant to be investing in your power, investing in your future, investing and turning it over. That's why it's called currency. It's supposed to move. Put your finances into something that's going to take you to the next level for the next year. If you're sitting it up out of fear, you're going to stay in fear and lack. So this creates the openness and relaxed optimism. And that's the relaxed energy of the goddess or the divine feminine. It's relaxed optimism. It's calm because she's open and receptive, and she is automatically knowing intuitively that all things are drawn to her naturally. Very attractive women know that. You notice very attractive women are always so freaking relaxed. Very attractive men as well, but especially extremely attractive women are the coolest. They cooler than a polar bear's toenail. Absolutely correct. And this is why it's because they have that magnetism. Now, crystals are already shaping your life. Anybody on their phone right now? Anybody on the iPhone or your Android or whatever phone you're on, please know that there's gold inside of that phone. There's quartz crystal inside that phone. There's silver, copper, and other rare earth minerals. They talk about China trying to get into Africa so they can get these rare earth minerals. Why? Because China is the major manufacturer of all of this technology. So you need gold, you need quartz, you need silver, you need copper. Your high-end technology, such as your satellite-based walkie-talkies and telephones, they have iridium in it. Satellites, iridium. The more powerful it is, or the higher the technology, the gemstones get more advanced. So when you want to take your technology to the next level, then you ingest nanoparticles of what? Iridium. So now your communication goes farther into the cosmos and deeper into the unconscious, into the collective unconscious. It's deep stuff, and we're bringing it all home with science. I'm so happy and refreshed that we come to this time. I was getting so tired of talking about frequencies and the aura and the kundalini. Those who know I was a science teacher for over 16 years. So science is truly my lane. And we were the original scientists. All this religion and spirituality was originally science. All of the things that the Egyptians did in terms of geometry, sacred geometry, chemistry, astronomy, medicine, engineering, it was all done within the confounds of their religion, quote unquote, or their spirituality. Because according to their lives, there was no separation between science and so-called spirituality. It's all science, or you could say it's all spirituality. So this is why I'm so refreshed and such a great relief to come into this frequency, because now I can really shine and speak freely. Quartz regulates frequency. This is why it's used in all your clocks. Clocks have to be, they have to be precise in order to keep time, okay? Gold stabilizes the signal. So this is why, and many times, especially when I used to do music, one of my friends, we went to the, get more wires and cables and stuff, because he came into some money, so he's upgrading his entire studio. So he said, no, I want those. I want the ones with the gold tip. He said, these are not just gold tip cables, they're gold all through, right? And it makes the signal sharper, faster. The music, it pops even better because it's gold inside of the wires. Did you know that? High-end studios, Dr. Dre and these high-end producers, they have, the reason why their studios are so expensive because one wire could be $3,000. $3,000. So this is why they get the results. You see, what you put in determines what you put out, what you get out. You put in popcorn and peanuts and crumbs and kibbles and bits. Now you manifest in the same. Okay? So keep that in mind. Quartz regulates frequency. Gold stabilizes the system. This is why when you take nanoparticles of gold, it stabilizes and grounds you. This is why we have the gold. This technology is a natural minerals, non-toxic, inert, but they work synergistically with your nervous system. The gold, the same way it broadcasts those signals in the studio for the equipment, it does the same thing in your body. If crystals were mere nonsense, modern technology would collapse. If crystals were mere just fantasy, it wasn't real, modern technology would collapse. Okay, the same principles apply biologically. Regulation, timing, signal clarity, and your biofield responds to structure the same way circuits do, because your system is a circuit. Your system is a system of organs which are all connected in a circuit. Circuit means circle, which means to flow. And the energy flows in your system in a specific electrical circuit. How crystals support the biofield. Crystals don't heal you. They regulate your nervous system on an extremely subtle level, on a basic level. Crystals heal you by going to the foundation of the electrical system in the body. And that permeates upward in the system and creates coherence based on the foundation being firm. We always talk about foundation. A regulated nervous system. It sends clearer signals and maintains boundaries and attracts stability rather than chaos. When you become stable, you create stability in your life. When you become coherent, you have coherent energy in your life. Even in relationships, people say, I want somebody who's consistent. How consistent is your nervous system? If you're always attracting people that are inconsistent, well, at some point we have to look at you. We have to look at you, brother. We got to look at you, sister. Something about you is inconsistent. That's why you keep attracting inconsistency in your life. So when you wear this consistently, the crystal acts as an anchor for intention. So you anchor this when you charge it, when you program it, you anchor it. It mirrors the coherence and stabilizes the rhythm of your intention. This is why consistency matters more than belief. Consistency. Even with working out, they say it's not about how long you work out, it's all about consistency. Same thing with herbs, same thing with minerals. Everybody talks about consistency. Look at our universe. Everything is consistent. If you want to align with the universe, then you must become consistent, just like the sun, moon, and stars are. Every day the sun rises consistently, billions of years. See? So let's give you some facts. Let's give you some examples. Across cultures, you have modern anecdotal reports of people commonly report that it reduces their emotional reactivity when wearing stones consistently. It increases clarity for decision making. It improves senses of groundedness and protection and heightened awareness of patterns and opportunities. Opportunities is all about recognizing patterns. This is why people that do very well in investing in the stock market, they see opportunities and patterns. You're going to hear about it soon. There's an opportunity, a pattern coming up right now that we're about to go into. We're going to capitalize on that. I'll give you a clue. People are tired of this whack music. People are tired of this corny, what do you call it? Going through the synthesizer sounds and everything, freaking iPad, mixtapes. They done did it on their phone. It's time for a rebirth in music. So I can go on a whole thing with that. That's coming. Get ready. So when crystals are worn over your sternum, this is the sternum, which is called your breastbone, your bone right here that protects your heart. They receive rhythmic pressure from the heartbeat, and they entrain to your heart's frequency. So when you wear these, it becomes in tune and begins to resonate with your heart. They help to stabilize and reinforce the signal. So if a lot of people, if you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling uneasy, you have social awkwardness, all of that's because your energy is off and people could feel it, right? You could feel it. It's the elephant in the room. You need something to stabilize you, and these crystals help do that. It creates a feedback loop: heart, crystal, reinforced field, body, and then environment. This is amplification. This is not mysticism or spirituality. This is science. This is not superstition. This is what we call right knowledge. Traditional meanings of specific stones. Now, let's talk about some more of these stones. Citrine, which is my favorite. Citrine, it sounds like citrus because it has a very golden, lemon, orange type of tint to it. And it's associated with prosperity, confidence, and mental clarity. It also resonates with what they call the power chakra, okay? Your power chakra. And this is where you get your personal power from. But this stone, it helps to resonate prosperity. This is what we call our joy and success generator. Joy. If you can be on the frequency of joy, you have no problem manifesting anything, because all the things that you want to manifest are simply a catalyst for joy. Really, it's not even about anything physical. It's all about the joy. So if you can manifest the joy and vibrate on that, you already have success. You already have victory. So get that generator as well. It's the one I personally designed. Joy and success, and it's my favorite. I wish I had it in front. Go to hiddenpowerwellness.com and click on Biofields, and you can see all of them there. And the joy and success is powerful. But why, Nazir? How does this work? How does a stone work? How does one stone give you one thing, another one gives you something else? Well, I'll give you a quick history lesson. When everything was created on this planet billions of years ago, there was different. It was a different environment when citrine was created on the planet. It was a different environment when turquoise or a diamond. They all had specific environmental and energetic signatures imbued inside of those stones, which give them their specific center of gravity, density, color, luster, right? Durability, smoothness, all of these things. It's all because of the environmental forces that created it. The same thing that created you. It's environmental forces that were present when you manifested on the planet, which gives you your unique characteristics. Well, the same thing with stones, same thing with gold, same thing with silver. It's no different. Everything is imbued with the energies that help create it, that it was surrounded that substance or that being or that object. It's imbued with that. So when you put pressure on it, it begins to exude that. Makes sense? It begins to radiate that. So when you have citrine, it has a bright yellow frequency, which also looks like the sun. If you look at our generator, the joy and success, there's a citrine right in the middle. That's the sun. Okay. And then you have the green around it, which represents the planets and the abundance that comes to you from the magnetism of the raw power energy of the sun or the citrine. It gives you alertness. It gives you optimism. It gives you forward motion. It gives you charisma, right? These are states that naturally align with success and opportunity. You can see, sometimes I see people, you know, it could be a salesman or a saleswoman, and I can say, you going somewhere. That person right there, they're going to make it. I feel their energy. They just have so much optimism, right? And so much optimism. So they're so alert, they're so sharp, and they're bright. This is why they call highly intelligent children bright. She's very bright. He's very bright. That's the word we use as educate, bright. So turquoise, traditionally associated with protection and communication and emotional balance. This one is also historically worn by travelers and warriors. Turquoise was also believed to stabilize. This one has turquoise, the field against external stressors. The Native Americans were big on using turquoise. Now, as we wrap, individuals wearing citrine during career transitions report increasing levels of confidence, more initiative. People using turquoise during stressful periods report calmer communication. Those wearing green aventurine report openness to new relationships or financial opportunities. Now, these are just a few. We have a whole plethora from the pyrite all the way to the, you have the, what's the other one? It's just a plethora of stones that all are imbued with different energy. Moonstone. Then we have our angelic generators, which has Metatron's generator or amplifier with the Herkimer diamond, which is our most powerful one, and the angelic ones that we have. Those only come around maybe once or twice a year. And again, these sell out extremely fast. And right now we're running a sale 20% off. So if I was you, I would definitely jump on it. Okay, jump on it because we only have a few in stock. So these outcomes align with state change, and it's not magic. It's not magic. It's not anything spooky. It's not sorcery. It's all science. If someone were to come from the Middle Ages and see me on this camera, right, on somebody's phone, they'd be ready to burn us at the stake. They would say, this is all from the devil. This is all sorcery. It's all magic. And it must be from the devil. And this is just an easy way that lower energy beings are able to shut down higher science. When they don't understand it, they automatically jump to fear. They automatically jump to something being the devil or sorcery. No, it's science. When we look at certain prophets and masters, the things that Jesus did was no different from what the ancient Egyptian high priests were doing. Same exact stuff. Same exact stuff. See, just read some of those stories about what the high priest be materializing, dematerializing, right? All inside the pyramids, complete darkness, not a trace of soot anywhere. How were they able to see in the dark? I can go on, and I've been doing it for years. So as we close, your biofield is real. This technology is real. It's not some spiritual stuff. It's not some new age fluff. It's real science. Your heart is an electromagnetic generator. That is a fact. It produces a magnetic field that extends 2 meters from the body. That is a fact. That's average. Some people more. They say Rabboni Yeshua, Jesus, had an aura a mile in circumference. Pressure creates electricity. That's a scientific fact. Crystals stabilize and amplify the signal. That's a scientific fact. You don't attract what you want. You attract what your field is compatible with. Let me say that again. You don't attract what you want. You attract what your field is compatible with, what matches what's in your aura. You want to be beautiful, right? You want to attract somebody beautiful, brother. You want a 10. You want that woman that's just going to be so comforting and submissive and supportive and loving and vibrant. You must become that. Sister, you want the guy making all this money, 6 feet tall, he's sharp, he's a leader. You have to be all that and then you're feminine. You can't expect to be trying to aspire to something when you are not the match to that. You think somebody like that is going to want you? You got to become the match to that. I don't care what people say, how beautiful. Well, hey, if what you want doesn't think the same way, then you need to step it up. That's the real litmus test. Not what some other women think about you. It's about what men think about you and vice versa. That's your customer. The same thing with business. You want to find out what your customer wants. So sisters, all these sisters out here single, you need to start asking what men want. Stop listening to Oprah and all the other ones unless you want to get with an Oprah, unless you want to get with another woman. Then you ask them what they want. If you want a real man, you come to real men and ask what they want. That's right knowledge. That's how that works. Same thing with men. Find out what sisters want. Real feminine sisters, by the way. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you're compatible with. So all the people that you attracted into your life, you say you wasn't compatible. Yes, you were. That's why you attracted them. It's just that you were incoherent and you're incompatible with yourself. So therefore, you attract individuals that's incompatible with you because you're incompatible with yourself. You're out of regulation. Follow me? So when your biofield is coherent, regulated, and reinforced, you stop chasing outcomes. You stop chasing, period. They begin to organize towards you. In other words, the universe begins to rearrange itself to position you to receive, to position you to be in the environment of, because it's all about position. Right now, we're doing timeline jumping inside the Hidden Power community. And what I'm teaching is the universe just is. God is just is. Everything always was and always will be. So you can't really manifest anything because it's already a reality. You just have to put your consciousness in the position, the frequency alignment of the reverie and the enjoyment and the experience and participation of that which your heart desires. Now, your heart is almost like your GPS. It's telling you where you need to go. This is why they say follow your heart. This is going to amplify the power of your heart. That's it. Drop the mic. Let's move forward. What I'm going to do right now, I wasn't going to do it, but I think I'm going to do it for somebody. Anybody who becomes a member of Hidden Power Community tonight, and that's going to end at midnight tonight, you're going to get a free generator. I'm giving anyone away. You're going to get a coupon code to get 1 free generator. Now, you must join for the year. You're not going to do, you got to join for the whole year, and then you get one of these generators complimentary of Hidden Power Community and myself, Nazir Ra. So if you're interested, the door is open for that. That's it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.